The great wind farm renewable energy debate. Who knew it'd go from local spats to a full-blown heavyweight tidal fight, drawing in federal and state politicians, scientists and academics, fishermen and tour boat operators. From Port Stephens on the Hunter coastline north of Newcastle to Kiama in the Illawarra region, a couple of hours' drive south of Sydney, the great debate has been building for months now. Allegations and threats and theories have been flying on social media and at public meetings. Turbines will murder whales. It is an international capitalist conspiracy. Koalas will be killed. So too flocks of migratory birds. Property prices will plummet. Tourism will dry up. It's a corporate money grab. Paragliders off Stanwell Park will literally be falling out of the sky. On the other side of this unholy commotion, supporters are saying wind farms will save the planet, reduce greenhouse emissions, bring down the price of electricity, and actually create a greener, cleaner planet in which whales will thrive. When Federal Climate and Energy Minister Chris Bowen first announced 6 proposed regions for, quote, world-class offshore wind energy potential back in 2022, including the Hunter and the Illawarra, he trumpeted that the projects would generate thousands of jobs and steer the nation towards its zero emissions target in 2050. The proposed wind farm off Victoria's Gippsland coastland was the first to be government declared last year. In mooting the Hunter proposal in February this year, Bowen said the 1,854 square kilometre zone had the capacity to generate 8 gigawatts of electricity, or enough to power 6 million homes. In favour of the Hunter plan was the region's, quote, strong, consistent winds, and that it was, quote, close to areas of high electricity demand and existing connections to the grid. The area was formally declared on July 12. The zone would stretch from Port Stephens in the north to Nora Head in the south. In theory, the proposed footprint would be home to more than 100 floating turbines at a height of 260 metres. By August, Bowen had announced a 1,461 square kilometre zone off the Illawarra coastline as New South Wales' second offshore wind farm, stretching from Wombara in the north to Kiama in the south. It would generate 4.2 gigawatts, or enough power to supply 3.4 million homes. The Illawarra model would also house in excess of 100 turbines, also at a height of around 260 metres. Both farms will be 10 to 30 kilometres out to sea. Within weeks of Bowen's Hunter announcement, the anti-wind farm warriors began gathering. Many of these social media groups quickly attracted thousands of followers. Then, in late November, the anti-wind protesters stormed Martin Place in Sydney for a rally against renewable energy and, of course, the monster wind turbines in particular. Protesters carried a variety of placards, from "Our ocean is not for sale" to "The answer, my friend, is not Bowen in the wind." One thing is certain. This bout is going to go on much, much longer than the regulation 12 rounds. And it's not going to be pretty. This is Matthew Condon for The Weekend Australian.